Hi, I'm John Croak from the Cooking Caravan, and this is my friend Jennifer from the Children's Hunger Alliance. How you doing, Jennifer?
Good.
Excellent. We brought Mark Sturser from the Cooking Caravan in today.
Hey.
How you doing, Mark?
I'm great.
Good. We brought Mark in to help us take the rice that Jennifer and I made last time and create a larger meal out of it. Hopefully, Chef Mike brings us some super tasty ingredients.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Can't wait
absolutely.
to see what he has today.
Hopefully it's not like strawberries or something like that. Oh, well, here he is right here. Hey, Chef
Hey,
Mike.
Chef Mike.
Hey,
How you
guys.
doing?
Good, and you?
Hey.
Excellent, excellent. Hopefully better depending on what you bring us today.
Okay, so I knew you guys were making a full meal, so I
Okay.
brought you guys a can of tuna,
All right.
some
Awesome.
broccoli,
Okay.
some celery, a carrot,
Okay.
some bell peppers, and the rice from last time, as well as some soy sauce.
Great.
Wow.
Thanks a lot, Chef
This
Mike.
is
We
great.
appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, see you later.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, so what's in the fridge today is some veggies, some tuna, some soy sauce, and the rice we made last time. Mark, we brought you here for a reason. What are you thinking?
One word, John. Stir fry.
That's 2 words.
It is. It's 2 words combined to form one brand new word.
Okay.
Just like all of these ingredients are going to be combined to form one new dish.
Gotcha, gotcha. So we have white and brown rice, though. We have 2 different kinds of rice. Is that going to make a difference?
So we have a brown rice, which is a little healthier, white rice, which is a little fluffier, and it's going to be really great texture-wise and taste-wise.
Okay, stir fry it is. So to make a stir fry, we're going to need a couple things here. We're going to need a saute pan and something to stir our stuff around with. I'll go ahead and give that to Mark's Saute Master. We're going to need a couple kid-safe butter knives and some cutting boards to chop those veggies. There you go. He's also Chop Master. And that's pretty much all we're going to need today. So you know what? We'll go ahead and get started. Why don't you guys chop the veggies? And before you do that, I'll go ahead and wash them off here.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, anytime you have raw veggies, you never know where they were before they were yours, so make sure you wash them off. Okay, cold water here for this.
Yeah, like that's about a great size. We don't want to go too small when we're doing stir-fry vegetables because they are going to cook really fast, and we still want to retain that texture. So we don't have to be trying to go too tiny on it. In fact, we can be pretty chunky.
Now, why don't you take this broccoli, and we just want to pick off the pieces like that. The florets is the top part. We just want to do that. And you know what? While you're doing that, I'm actually going to cut some of this bottom part, the heart, because that part is super healthy. So
That's one of my favorite parts of the broccoli.
So here you go. You can take that and just cut that off, and I'll just
I'm going to grab
cut this up real quick.
Here.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is teamwork. We're going to have a stir-fry in no time.
Well, you know what? While you guys are wrapping that up, why don't I go ahead and tackle the tuna here?
I think that's a great idea.
Canned tuna fish. Now, this is great because it's fully cooked, it's chock full of protein, it's tasty, and it's very shelf stable. It's cheap. You can find it almost everywhere. It lasts forever. If you can see, it has this little pull tab here. Most cans of tuna do. If it doesn't, just grab yourself a can opener. I'm just going to pull it back like this. Now, this is very, very sharp. This needs to go right to the recycling bin. I'm going to put it in the sink here. We'll recycle that later. It's also in a little bit of liquid here. I'm just going to put my hand over this, drain some of that liquid out. Mark, you on saute duty over there?
I'm going to go carrots first because they're the hardest, the most dense, and then I'm going to throw the celery in, followed by the broccoli, and the peppers really can kind of go in together.
Okay, now you're not going to cook this stuff for very long. Why is that?
We want it to be more crispy and fresh tasting, as well as the retention of vitamins and minerals. I'm going to go ahead and add some oil. I recommend an oil that's made for more high temperature cooking. This is canola oil, which is actually pretty good for that. Vegetable oil would work. I wouldn't recommend using like a really light olive oil. So you can see this got hot real fast now that this pan is hot. And I'm actually going to turn it down a tiny bit, and I'm just going to let them cook for a minute.
I would love to see some onions in here if I was making this at my house. Also some garlic maybe. Really just open up the fridge and see what's inside of it, right?
Honestly, anything that's in your fridge is going to go good. Anything that's in the freezer. Okay, these carrots are looking great. See how they're getting this little brown caramelization going on?
Ooh, yeah.
That's perfect. I don't need to go any more than that. So I'm going to take the celery and throw it in. And the celery, like 30 seconds. Well, I just added the peppers as well as the broccoli. Cook until done, basically. I'm waiting for the broccoli to start showing signs. You can start to see the color change already as it starts to heat up. It's getting brighter. Really what I'm looking for is I want the broccoli to be softer, but I don't want it to be as crunchy as it is when it's raw.
So we had like 1 carrot, 1 stalk of broccoli, 1 piece of celery, and look how much it's made. So a little bit of whatever you have in your fridge is going to make a lot when you combine it together.
I'm going to go ahead and add the tuna. if I can get it out of this can here. I'm just gonna break that up. And that's it for the tuna. The tuna's getting warm, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add some rice. Now you could be specific and use measuring spoons if you like, or you can just add until you think it's the right amount. So now I've got this rice in here. I'm just gonna toss the soy in. And now this soy sauce, you don't need a lot. I recommend going as little as possible. You can always add more afterwards. You don't want to go over the top.
We have a one-pan dish here.
I think it looks amazing and
Awesome. Well, here's some plates.
I'm ready
Let's
to
just
plate.
plate that up and try it,
sounds
okay?
good. Making me hungry just looking at it. So,
I mean, that is a meal-sized portion right there, too.
right.
This is restaurant quality right here. Tastes excellent. Can you think of any other veggies that you think would taste good in this? Maybe some other meat you could think of you think tastes good in this? I'd say some beef, some leftover chicken. If it's not pre-cooked, when do we want to throw that in the process?
I'm a fan of actually cooking it first and then taking it back out.
Right.
And then once you reach a point where your vegetables are cooked to where you want them, you toss that meat back in. It's going to heat back
Beautiful.
up really fast.
So we started with 2 bags of rice yesterday, and today we ended with a full meal that's nutritious, that's tasty, and that if there were only a couple of us, or if we used more than one of each vegetable, we'd have enough for a whole family and leftovers for the next day. We'll see you guys next time.
Right on. And remember, what's
What's in the fridge is what's for dinner.